I'm on mute.
You are on mute. Story of our
Jennifer,
life, right?
hello. Hello, hello. We're going to give it just a second. We are here celebrating our 5-year birthday. Listen, if I could sing, I would do a little bit of that Fantasia. We made it. I would just do a little bit of that.
Just a little
Oh,
bit.
I need to make sure that we are not private on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook and you can see us, if you're on Facebook and you can see us, if you can drop me a comment. I see you, Lynn. Good evening. Good evening. If you all can be so kind, we are celebrating 5 years of Uplift tonight. If you all would be so kind to just invite a couple of Uplift sisters, let them know that we're on tonight. We're talking and celebrating all things Uplift leadership, and we are so excited. Loria, I love you. I see you on here tonight. If you all would be so kind just to help me spread the word, do some shares, tag some people. We want to bring as many lead hers on as we can as we get ready to kind of celebrate and talk about where we came from, where we're going, and celebrate everything in between. So I'm so excited. I am so excited too to have my friend back. She went all the way to Africa, y'all, and left me. But I believe God sent her to just scout the land because Uplift will go to Africa.
In the name of
In
Jesus.
the name of Jesus. So I am so excited to have my co-host, my right hand, my right foot, my left foot, like all the things. All of the things. She the CEO, the COO, and everything in between. And so Jennifer Smith is on with me tonight, and she's helping me host tonight as we celebrate. I need a drum roll tonight. I
We
need
can.
like a real like some sound. Okay.
I'm
As
sure
we
there's an app
celebrate,
we can get for that for the next time we need it.
okay, for 6 years. For
There we
six
go.
years. Faith, I see you on. Thank you so much. Thank you for those who are sharing out the live and just getting some people on as we get ready to celebrate. Christina, I see you. We are celebrating 5 years of Uplift leadership. And so I need y'all to help me tag our some of our leaders that have been here from the very beginning. So I want to tag, let me see here. Let me see if I can do this. I want to tag my twin. I call her twin, Lakita, who has been here since the very beginning, right? I want to tag Minister Natasha. Somebody tag Minister Natasha. She's been here from the very beginning. Apostle Latrice. These are people who 5 years ago heard my crazy dream to start a Facebook group. And look where we are now. Look where we are now. Jennifer, do you remember what year you came into the Uplift community?
I don't. Probably maybe 2023. 2023.
I want to say it was probably before that, but that's probably when you like actually start letting us know that hey, I'm here.
That's fair. That's
Before you was just doing like some people right now, like
yes.
just peeking in, like what they doing over there? What they
Yeah,
got going on?
that's fair. Very fair.
But I'm so excited because y'all, we are 5 years old. 5 years old. And this is our season of just favor and grace. And we can feel it. We can feel the divine favor of God resting on us in everything that we do. We just came out of, there's my apostle mom. I see her on. She's been here from the very beginning. But we are in our season of grace. We just came out of our first prayer boot camp, and we literally talked about how easy it was. And I don't mean easy like we didn't have opposition, but Jennifer, you described it like this. You said it literally felt like God opened the Red Sea and said, "Now walk through it."
Walk on through on dry ground.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we're in a season where we know we're doing the right thing with the right people at the right time. And the grace of God is resting on us. So this is a good time to plug in for the 700 and something women who are in our Facebook group. Listen, we need at least 10% of you all to plug in. And we'll talk about all the different ways that you're going to be able to do that. If you were just joining us, we are celebrating our 5-year birthday. Do me a favor, tag someone that you know is a part of this community. We want to celebrate them. Minister Natasha, Camille. Oh my goodness, somebody please tag Camille in here. My twin, Lakita, Pastor Marquisa. I'm going to get in trouble if I start doing too many shout outs, but there's some of you all that have been rocking and rolling with us since the very beginning. And we want to be able to acknowledge you and talk about all of the things that we have done here over the last 5 years. So I guess we're going to start with history, right?
Let's do it.
So, hey, Nikki, I see you on. So, Uplift was birthed out of my desire to see women lead well, right? And so, me and you both have worked in marketplace. And so often we would see kind of this standard in marketplace that we didn't see in ministry. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Like this excellence that you had to have in marketplace. But then when we come over and we're leaders in ministry, we just, we're a little raggedy sometimes. Or what I used to say, hi, twin. What I used to say is people get positions and titles and no training. And that would frustrate me. And I just wanted a space where leaders could come and they could get their gifts sharpened, they can get activated, they could find authentic community. That was really important to me. And really that those gifts and things that were dormant, that those things could, be activated. But a space where it was kind of holistic, Jennifer. So where we just didn't focus on, us being super spiritual, but also like those natural things, like crucial conversations, right? How to build and sustain a team, how to lead well, like that emotional intelligence. Anyone who's walked with me for 5 years, we go through EQ at least once or twice a year. Like, what is that? How are you doing with your self-awareness, your self-regulation? And so it was important to me that we were leading well from the inside out. And one of the things that I've said from the beginning in this community is also that we were not pouring from an empty cup or a contaminated cup. And so those things were very important. I think a part of our history has always been prayer. So we started off year one with something that we call LIPS, LIPS. And I might just have a giveaway if somebody in the chat can say what does that stand for? LIPS. We've had that from the very beginning. Prayer has always been the foundation of everything we do, Jennifer. And I think now God has kind of magnified that piece, that component. Like that has literally become what we're kind of known for now, which I never would have, thought 5 years ago that people would think uplift and prayer, right? Malika said she can answer. We're waiting.
She wants to answer, but she's wondering is she qualified? Because if Malika gets to, then I feel like I get to, and I don't know.
No, nobody on our team gets to answer that question because y'all should know. But do you know at the first summit, Jennifer, we asked that question and it was crickets. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah. Crickets. Nobody knew. And nobody in this chat is answering it. What does LIPS stand for? I'll wait.
We may just have to end up giving Malika the prize.
Go ahead, Malika. Go ahead. Hey, Lakeisha, I see you on. I see so many people that work with us and serve in this community on. I appreciate each of you. So it stands for Leaders in Prayer Succeed. And Jennifer, God gave that to me because one of my favorite people in the Bible, like I can't wait to meet him when we all get to heaven, is Nehemiah. I think Nehemiah is the most excellent leader. Like he is the blueprint. He is the example. Other than Jesus, Nehemiah just did it right. And so Nehemiah, when we see him starting off his journey to build the wall, we see a couple of things. One of the things he did was he said, I prayed to the God of heaven. Right. And then later on in that chapter, Jennifer, he goes on to say, and the God of heaven gave us success. And so that's where LIPS was birthed out of. Leaders in prayer succeed. We pray to the God of heaven and the God of heaven gives us success. And so from the very beginning, LIPS has been a pillar of this community. Yeah. You were not around during this time, but I remember when we first launched Lips, we had 40 women who prayed for 40 days, 40 different women who got on this Facebook group and prayed. Who remembers that? And we prayed for 40 days straight. We did a Nehemiah series one year where 9 women, I believe, taught from the book of Nehemiah and the principles of prayer. And so that's really been part of our history. Our foundation is prayer. Our foundation is leadership. And our foundation is community, authentic community. And so that is really our history. I'm a little sad that Facebook decided to delete all of our old videos because I was going to show them. I was going to put y'all on blast. But we are going to get some of those that we have been able to archive and really stream together something so we can really see how far we've come as a community.
Have we archived 24-hour prayer?
We have. So we have officially have a YouTube page. I don't know if Malika maybe can go grab that link and put it down. So if you are not a part of 24-hour prayer, can I just say you missed something epic in our community? You missed the literal shift. And so God gave me the word for September, shift. And I believe that shift started during that 24-hour prayer. We will never be the same after 24 hours of prayer. Our ministry, Uplift Leadership, and many of you who participated in that, we will never be the same. Everything about how we do ministry, everything about my life literally shifted after 24 hours of prayer.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so, you talked a little bit about how, I think it was one of the lives that we did. And I literally had the image of just God parting the Red Sea. And it wasn't just for boot camp, but it was boot camp leading into 24-hour prayer. And we'll never not be able to talk about, like, I think the only way that I can probably describe it, or the ease of kind of what it was like for us putting that together, was anybody that's ever put on anything. Mama Teresa is on, so she puts on stuff, so she knows what that warfare is like, what it's like for your internet to fall off, what it's like for, for people to not show up, what it's like for you to have like those last minute cancelizations and things of that nature. So we just didn't have any of that. And we had maybe a couple hiccups as it related to people for 24-hour prayer, but everyone that signed up. We had prepared to have extended amount of time where we would just have instrumental music playing, and we had very little of that. We were able to kind of fill all of those spots, and it really just catapulted us, and not even pushing us forward, but it's also a stretching. It also, deepened and widened our capacity. And we had people from all walks of life. We had women, we had men, we had people that are new to the faith. We have people, that have their own prayer rooms and strategies. And that is their mandate from heaven, that were able to come and align themselves with us. We had a powerful, powerful hour for healing. That was kind of that next morning to kind of close us out. We prayed through the fivefold ministry. We prayed for businesses. It was just so much that happened within that time span. It really did solidify what the Lips version or sector, for lack of a better term, of what we have at Uplift and what it means and how we pray. And then I'll say this and I'll turn it back over. I also think that, to your point, Candace, I think it drug us deeper down into the ground, right? We are in such a critical time in America, in the body of Christ, where you have to stand steadfast on not just the word of God, but your ability to bombard heaven, not just with your petty requests, but with your wail, with your ability to cry out unto the Lord and for him to hear that cry. And we really, I feel like heaven touched us, and we'll never be the same.
Wow. I agree. It touched us and shifted us. It shifted us, and things that we have been trying to do for years within the ministry. It's like, it's just happening like this now, like this. And so we're grateful for that. there's so much that I can talk about as far as the history, but I don't want to spend so much time on the now. If you're not in our Facebook group, somebody drop that link. If you're a woman in leadership, this is what Uplift leadership is about and who it's for. It's for leaders who lead in marketplace and ministry. It's a place to find authentic community, to have your gifts sharpened and used, sharpened and used. We have a thriving community. We have mentorship. We have leadership development. We are going down a path of developing discipleship. We have conferences and pours and a lot of things we're going to get a chance to tell you about tonight. But we are alive, living, kicking, and, really giving the enemy a hard time, y'all. We giving him a whole hard time.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it. I love to see women activated and, rising up and walking in their purpose and free. Woo! The freedom that is taking place, even in our 5:30 a.m. prayer, the deliverance that's taking place. I want you that as we're talking about what's coming to this community, I want you to plug in. Again, I say this, there's over 700 women in that group. We're asking that 10% of you all plug in. Plug in. Don't just scroll past that. Oh, that's cute. Oh, look what they doing. No, plug in. Find your place. Find your fit. Find what it is that you need. A lot of times people say, well, I don't have community. I don't have women. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing to plug in to a community that's saying, hey, come on, we have a place for you. We have room for you. I always say this, we learn in lines. Somebody type this in the chat. We learn in lines or pews and we grow in circles. We grow in circles. And so you've got to plug into small groups. You got to plug into community. You've got to plug in. You have to find your tribe. You got to find a group of women to do life with. Why? Because we die in isolation. You cannot do what you're called to do alone. You just cannot do it. You got to find your tribe. You got to find people that can love you, that can support you, that can challenge you, right? And that's truly who we are. And so I love it. So that's pretty much all the history that I'm going to be able to give you guys in the time that we have tonight. But I want to encourage you to go back through our Facebook, see the women who are on there that have ministered during our midweek uplifts. See the growth. If you go back, you can go back still 5 years and see some of the things, I believe, and get an idea of some of the growth that has happened over the 5 years that we've been uplifting. So I love it.
Where you want to go next?
Let me see.
Let's talk about now. Let's talk about what we are doing. Now, that is a long list. So
you sent me an agenda.
Yes, we are our goal was to talk about where we've been, to talk about where we are now, and to talk about where we're going. And we'll try to make sure that we keep our time, but we have so much going on right now. The calendar, it's crazy. It's crazy. But we're blessed and we just want to be used for the Lord. So where do you want to start?
Let me do a recap of what's now. So if you don't know, what does Uplift have now? What is the foundation things, the foundational things, the regular things that we have now? So we have what we call monthly uplifts. So every month we have a free session where I bring in an uplifter who typically is a coach, a preacher. We brought in a nutritionist. Someone comes in to fill our cups. We take off our masks. We take off our titles. We have put this into a very safe space. And so we do it via Zoom, and we don't record and we don't stream. And we've had up to 70, 80 women come into that space at one time and be blessed. And so we have that every month, the last Monday of the month, right? And so that's been a pillar for Uplift for the last 4 years of the 5. The other thing that we have and we currently do is we have a mentorship program called the Inner Circle. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. We have a leadership circle, right? That's called the Leader Circle. So we have separated those things. So we have mentorship and we have leadership. And you guys will hear about what's coming. So we have mentorship, we have leadership. We also have LIPS, which I already talked about. That's Leaders in Prayer Succeed. What do we have under that? We have prayer every single morning since October the 4th. Now, we've been doing it for years, but we were only doing it on Mondays. Since October the 4th, we have been doing it every single day. And we have different women in our community that come on and pray. There is a prayer line, and I'm sure we have that flyer or that graphic somewhere so that you're able to take that number down. But we pray every morning at 5:30 a.m. So even if you can't join every morning, I would want to encourage you to join us a few mornings out of the week. And every month we have different intercessors that come and bless us. And so even if you say, hey, I'm an intercessor, I want to pray, please send me a DM and let me know that you want to be a part of what we're doing. And so we pray on the prayer line. And then we have a new way that we're showing up in this lip space. And so I'll share that in just a little bit. But we also have where you can submit your prayer requests. And so this is one of the pillars of who we are. And I want to encourage you that if you are a part of Uplift, join us for prayer. We're trusting God. We were trusting God for 100 women in prayer, and God has shifted it. And this morning alone, we had over 300 women join us for prayer. And so we're so excited about that and all he's doing with that. The other thing that
I will throw this in. So one of the new things that we started that was really birthed out of 24-hour prayer is our Uplift calendar. So every month, the Lord kind of tells us the 7 mountains mandate have kind of been one of the things that Uplift has been particular about, just because we have a wide range of women that stretch so many different places and so many different roles and titles in marketplace and in ministry. So we make sure that we cover those 7 mountains, but then anything else that the Lord kind of lays on either my heart or Prophetess Candace's heart, or even our prayer lead, Paula, then we add that to that calendar. And then at the beginning of every single month, we've done it 2 months in a row. You can correct me if I'm wrong. We're probably going to do October as well, but it really just centers us on one mind, on one accord. And I literally print it out and put it on my refrigerator. So when I'm going in there to make my coffee in the morning, I know that there are women in different parts of the United States. And even if it's not 5:30 in the morning, that on this day, we are all praying for this one thing as it relates to our community, as it relates to our churches, our leaders, the world, what we put our hands on, our family. And that even that has just knitted us and just made our ability to pray tighter.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I love it. We're led by the Spirit. So sometimes we drift away from it, but it gives us prayer targets, and we cover everything. And so you can find that calendar again in our Facebook group. If you want to join us in praying for those different areas. So before we move to what's now, I think it may be a good time for us to bring up some people who are currently in our communities, right? And so we have 2 very thriving communities, right? We have our inner circle, and I want to explain the difference, because some of you are like, well, I need leadership development, right? And then there's a group of women who my inbox is always full of women who are like, do you mentor? And so I don't do a lot of things that I do right now, because I am working on my dissertation, is group. And I also, my dissertation, Jennifer, is in biblical community. And so I'm really big on not making me anybody's idol. And so I create community for you to plug into community. And so our mentorship program is a group mentorship. It's community. And our leadership program also is a group leadership development program that is also a group. And so I want to bring up 2 people who are a part of those two communities and let you all hear from them, right? Let you hear from them how it's impacting them. So Kay, who is just oh my goodness, I love you so much.
I love you too.
We ain't gonna cry. We're gonna keep it together. But Kay,
I don't even have my tissue, so I'm not gonna cry.
I figured at some point I would. Kay is a part of our inner circle. So our inner circle is, it pretty much stays full. And it is full of women who are so gifted, so talented, called to the ministry or marketplace in some type of leadership role and just wanted mentorship, right? And so Kay came to me. I don't know, how long have you been in the inner circle?
So I did my research. I went back to I was like, okay, let me see, how did we connect? Was it text message or Messenger? It was Messenger. So we connected in January, but it wasn't for the mentorship. It was for the monthly, it was something with the monthly sessions you do. But I think probably February is when, between January and February.
Okay. Now I'm not going to read your actual testimonial that you gave me, but I just want you to talk to those who are watching and even trying to figure out is mentorship right for them. I talk a lot about, we get into mentorship and often that's not really what it is, right? It's someone teaching a class. If they, I know I'm gonna get in trouble, so I'm gonna walk very gingerly through here, but if they don't know your name, that's not mentorship. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. And so mentorship is relational, it's transformational. It's not a revolving, door. We can teach and we can use our life as example, but mentorship is relationship. It's very relational and it's very near and dear to my heart. I take it very seriously. So talk to us about what your experience has been in that space, Kay.
My experience has been really good. And I say this all the time, even when we're on our Saturday sessions. When I first came in, I was very reserved, kind of hesitant, observing, paying attention and watching. But when I came in, I already knew what I needed. I knew what I was praying for. It was like, okay, it was just a matter of the time and the alignment. But I absolutely love, love, love the community. It has made me a better leader, even in the spaces I lead, in the things that I do. But it's like one of those things, we say all the time, you just got to be there and to experience. Like, we can talk about it, we can tell you, but until you really get in it and see it, from day one, everybody was welcoming. It's genuine. It's definitely a safe space. Because I remember one day you called me out. You were like, Miss Ma'am, what you got going on? And I'm like, trying to keep my cape on, like I'm still superwoman right now. Like, Candace, you can't do me like this. But it actually was a space that I was able to, like, you know what, I'm tired. I want to just be. And in this space, even when we were talking about the two different groups, you were like, this your season to be poured into. And I was like, well, yeah, but you didn't have to say it like that. But yeah, it was it was in love though. You were like, I see you. I hear what you're saying, but I see you. So regardless of what my mouth was saying, you were able to see past what I was saying. Like, nope, sit down, be poured into, get what you need, and then, come back and do all of the things. But I absolutely love it. I tell you all the time, you stuck with me. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm here.
And I know you mean it. I love it. And I love that. See, mentorship, it's very different than coaching. And so sometimes people get into mentorship and they think, oh, this is going to be like coaching. Coaching, I can give you open-ended questions and lead you to an answer. But mentorship is discipleship. It really, really is. And it requires a certain level of submission. So even Kay said, you said sit down, and well, guess what? I believe that every leader needs a leader. Every mentor needs a mentor. And Kay is a mentor. She has a thriving mentorship program. And for her to come in our program and say, listen, I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. And she came back refreshed and is doing amazing things. And so I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm not going to cry. I know that you're going to continue just to allow God to pour into you as you pour out. And I'm so grateful that you're in this space because you add value to our community. And so I love you. And yeah. All right, Jennifer, take her off because she's the one that's going to make me cry.
She did our, we're still waiting on, Melissa hasn't popped back on for us yet, but she did there she is. I'm just going to do a quick testimony. I don't even know if you could call it a testimony about, we have our monthly pours that we have is our in-person experience.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided that we were going to start having a uplifter. So picking someone kind of from one of the groups to kind of really give an exhortation or what's on their heart from the Lord. And Kay was our first one, and she knocked it out of the park. I mean, it was so...
I wish I would have got a video of that.
It was so good. The way she just walked through, like being able to take your mask off and being transparent and being honest. And it was supposed to be, we had 2 scheduled and one person dropped out at the last minute. And it was, again, just divinely orchestrated for her to be able to have the time that she needed to kind of walk through it. And it was just so good. So I'm so excited.
I know that we're going to give this plug at the end, but since you're talking about the pour, and Keisha's literally putting it in the text, if you're on here and you don't make it to the end, I want you to know that we have an in-person pour coming this Friday here in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're anywhere near the area, do not miss it. You can go to my page and find out more information about it. This is a home Bible. This started in my home, in my living room for 4 years. And we've had to move to a venue. And this last month or the month, no, we had one August the 2nd, I believe it was, when I say, listen, do not miss this. Do not miss it. If you need an encounter with a God that is real, if you need not to have the fluff of a program and a whole bunch of extra stuff, and you just need to be touched, you need heaven. I keep saying this for this pour. I feel like heaven literally is going to pour out on us. Like there is going to be a pour. And so I want to invite you to come meet us this Friday in Atlanta, Georgia. You can find this graphic on my page, on the Uplift page. Get in the building. It's completely free. If you choose to register for the dinner, there is a $15 charge for that. We started off doing the pours in my home, and we started off with dinner first. Koinonia, fellowship. This is how we got to know each other and build such a strong core. And so when we moved to a venue, I did not want to lose that. And so we still do dinner. We still start off with community dinner. And so that's a $15 donation for that. Somebody said, leave your wigs, your makeup, and your lashes at home.
Everything.
Sure. All the things. Okay, I'll talk about that at the end. I just wanted to give that plug for anybody who maybe had to jump off.
I will say this about the pour really quickly since we're here. It is so, again, that we are a, collection and a body of women that don't just take life casually. A lot of us are leaders and we have so many different hats. This is really a space where you can just come and worship. Like you don't catch in anybody. You can get a clean download from the Lord. And it just gives you an opportunity for you to step outside of other places that we serve, what we put our hands on, work, ministry, for you to just come and kind of cry out. So that is for me. And also anyone that's an intercessor, like if you have a friend that's an intercessor, please tag them and let them know, hey, you need to be in the room on Friday. September has been a heavy month for intercessors. It has been just a lot happening in the spirit realm, and the room is just going to give you an opportunity to breathe. And I think, again, God is just going to hold some space for us just to be able to release and get some fresh downloads and tee us up to move into the next quarter. So that was my plug for the pour. If you're an intercessor, if you're somebody that's in ministry, make your way into the room. We'd love to have you.
Bring your own sheet. Bring your own sheet.
Yes.
There we go.
That's it.
All right. So we want to talk about, we talked about our inner circle, which is our mentorship program. But those of you who know, I have my master's is in organizational leadership. My PhD work is in strategic leadership. I've been a leader since I was 10, really leading my siblings. But leadership has just always been something that has been on my life, right? And so I could not have a Uplift leadership community and not have a space for high capacity leaders. And so these are women who are VPs, CEOs, preachers, prophets, evangelists, CEOs, COOs, high capacity leaders who needed three things. This community is just three things. It's community, it's collaboration, and it's accountability. If you are a high capacity leader and you need community, collaboration, and accountability, this is your space. This is your space. And so it is very new. We did not start the leader circle until after our summit this year in May. And so it's very, very new. And I have not done any marketing for it. Listen, I have done zero marketing for the leader circle until tonight. And so we're going to keep that community very small, very intimate. And tonight we will open up a table of 12. Okay. And so there's 12 spots. Before we have Melissa speak, Jennifer, do we already have the marketing for that?
We do.
I want to share that. And we'll share it again at the end. But we have, y'all, I get so excited just looking at this. Woo! Community collaboration and accountability. If you are a high capacity leader, listen, this is the first time I'm dropping this marketing and there's only 6 seats left. That's it. That's it. And I would keep it small. So until someone drops out of the program, that's it. There's 12 seats at the table because I believe that community, you have to get to know people. You have to do life with them. And so I didn't want it too large. I wanted us to be able to take trips together, to be able to show up for one another. Right now, we have people in that group that are birthing out businesses and books, devotions. We're doing all of the things. And so we have how many seats?
You have 6 seats.
That's it. And tonight you're getting it first on here. I'm going to drop it on my page after. And I guarantee that those are going to go just like this, because some people have mentorship, right? Some people have, they have all of the things, but they have not been stretched in the area of their leadership. They don't have someone on their level to be able to talk to them about how to sustain a community, how to build your team, how to have coaching conversations, right? We're also introducing a sermon circle. And so that'll be part of this high capacity leadership. For those who preach, we're actually going to have once a month where we come together and we do sermons. We go over our sermons. And so I'm so excited about this. I want to encourage you that if you want one of those chairs, that you move very quickly. You're going to scan that code and you're going to book what I call a coffee and chat. And we're going to talk, because you're going to have to interview now, because I don't need you to tell me you high capacity. I need to determine that you're high capacity because iron sharpens iron. And so we want to make sure that there is a certain woman in those chairs, a certain leader in those seats, right? All right. So one of the leaders who is in that seat is so near and dear to my heart, Pastor Melissa, who I absolutely adore. Oh my goodness. Melissa, tell the people who are watching how you came into the community, and then why are you still here?
Oh, wow. So how did I come into the community? You and I were at the same church, and I saw you, and the Lord told me there's something about her. And you were walking in the back of the church and you were praying. And that's my love language. Is prayer. So I saw you and I was like, oh, I need to meet her. I need to talk to her. And we talked just for a little bit. And then you were having the retreat. And then you called me in reference to the retreat. I went to the retreat, and let me tell you, it was such a pivotal moment in my life. Mm-hmm. And I needed community. And when I walked in, I did not know anybody but you. I did not know anybody.
I could not believe you said yes. Like, let's just pause there. Melissa knew nobody but me. And I said, I feel like you need to come to this retreat. And she said yes.
Mm-hmm. Because I was hungry. I needed community. And it was like, when you spoke to me, I felt like it was okay to come. You know, I didn't feel any barrier, anything telling me, no, don't, like the Lord saying, no, don't go. But when I walked in, I'm going to tell you, it was so much love there. I didn't feel like there was cliques or this person has this person does this. Like we were all sisters coming to just have fun, encourage one another. I needed strengthened. I needed built up. And I got all of that at the retreat. I was like, wow, my mind was just blown. It was so healing for me, just deliverance for me, just a connection. I just found like that was my spot.
My goodness. My
So
goodness.
that's why I'm still here.
You found your fit. You found your spot.
I did. I did.
Found the tribe.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. The retreat was life-changing, and we're going to drop some clips from the retreat at some point on this call tonight, and we're going to talk about the next one. But you came, you did that weekend with us, and you left, and I said, do you want to have an interview? Do you think you want to join our community? He was like, yeah, I'm in. And you have been here ever since. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so Pastor Melissa, like me, prayer is our love language. So you all can hear her on our prayer call. She prays, I believe, on Sunday mornings. It's kind of pretty much been your space at 5:30 a.m. And she is a powerhouse. And so we're so grateful to have you be a part of our community. Now, with the Leaders Circle, you are finding yourself surrounded by women like April, like Barbara and Lynn, who are high capacity leaders. What are you getting from that space? I know we just kind of got started in that space, but even you transitioned kind of from the inner circle to the Leaders Circle. So talk about the mentorship leadership part and what you would say to someone who may be considering that space.
If you are a leader, like I am a pastor, where I can collaborate with another pastor and say, these are the challenges that I face. These are the struggles that I have, and just be really open about it. And not to put anyone else in another spot or anything, you know what I'm saying? But really to just open myself up and for you all to challenge me, for me to be really stretched. I've been stretched since I've been in the Leaders Circle. And in ways that I wasn't stretched before. And accountability is right there. Like, I don't have to wait months and months and months for you to have a check-in. Like, I'm getting checked on every single week. Like, what are you doing? Are you doing this? All those things. So it's really good, the collaboration, the accountability, for sure. Yes.
And the support, like that's one thing before I had Uplift. Like, it's very easy to be a woman in ministry and not feel supported. And so we don't play. If somebody has something, I remember even you 2 or 3 times that you've preached, and we just show up. Like we are going to show up. And I learned that from my apostle mama. I don't know if she's still on here. But love shows up. Love shows up, and we show up. We sow into the visions that we have. And so I am honored that you would call Uplift home and that you would be here. You are so valuable to our community. Yes. And I love that it's reciprocal. So you're getting what you need, but you're absolutely pouring out in this space.
Yes. And the first time that I came together with the women at the retreat, when I left, I had an emergency. Mm-hmm. And to know that the women did not know me. And I was like driving home by myself, and I was like, man, let me just call. This is what I'm facing. And I felt help all the way home. Like,
because let me tell you, we were trying to
ooh, what am I going to do? I gotta,
Let me tell you, we were packing up that Airbnb to get out of there, and you made that phone call. And when I say every bag dropped. And we all went right up. Listen, we don't play.
I was outside, and somebody came outside on the balcony. I was like, we need to pray now. And I was like, okay. So we just dropped everything, and we ran to the house.
But I felt the strength. I felt the help. And also God gave me wisdom for right when I got home, I was able to say, we need to do this, this, and this. And then just God just paved the way, for me. And that was the help of the community. That was the help of Lead Her. And this is what you get from Lead Her. And that was the very first visit. So just imagine if you hang in there, if you stay with Lead Her, what you will be getting.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I was talking to Jennifer earlier and I said, this is the year where God reveals us. We're 5 years old, and I felt like God somewhat had us concealed. A lot of, even for me to be on my public page now, this would have never happened. And a lot of times it's because people attack what they don't understand. They don't understand like what they're doing over there. What's going on over there? If they don't understand it, then typically they attack it, right? And so I feel like God concealed us for 5 years until we got our strength and we got our backbone and we got our foundation. Because now say what you want to say. And y'all know, y'all might have to mute me, but say what you want to say, right? The results are the results. The outcomes are the outcomes. We reached thousands of people with 24-hour prayer. Say what you want to say. The caliber of women that are getting activated and stirred up and getting pulled out of pits and stagnation. Say what you want to say. Okay. And so this is the year where I feel like God is like, you all are 5 years old. Here goes your grace. Go. Go. And y'all know what I like to say, and do all of the things.
Yes. And then when I had my first conference here in Atlanta, because my last one was in Virginia. And then for the first conference, a whole group, a whole team of Lead Hers came and supported. That was just amazing to me. It was amazing. Yeah. So much encouragement, and that support, just like you said.
Yeah, we got you. We got you, and we know you have us. And so I'm so grateful that you're here. And I know even in that leader circle, the value that you're going to add to that space. And so thank you for sharing some time with us this evening. I'm going to have Jennifer give you your parachute to drop you down. Thank you. I love you so much. I love your family. Listen, your son is like my brother, like my brother for real. And y'all, he prays. And so y'all go follow Melissa and follow her son. He does a pour as well. Just a shameless plug there, because we family. We don't compete over here. And so y'all go follow them and follow their ministry and what it is that they're doing. Jennifer, I'm full already, and I know we got to get through some more stuff.
I know. I'm trying not to do too much reflection, but it's been such even for me, it's been such a safe space. There is more people that are being dragged, kicking and screaming, whether you ask for it or not, into elevation, activation. And it's hard when you've been under a blanket for so long, when the Lord decides it's time to pull that blanket off of you, kind of like you're sleeping and your mom comes in and just yank it off and you get that gush of cold air. Well, you get up and you're like, well, what now? Right? For you to get up and say, what now? And for the what now to be Uplift. And for us to, we know that you all have to know us to know integrity, and you all have to know us to be able to say, hey, that they live with clean hands and pure hearts. But that means something over here. And it doesn't just mean something for me, and it doesn't just mean something for Prophetess Candace, but for all of these women, the people that we've brought up on this stage, for them to live lives of purity, for them to live lives of integrity, because we're out of time. We're out of time. But I'm not going to cry, so I'm just going to sit on back and see what we're going to talk about next.
I love it. I love and appreciate you so much. I think about the first time that you came, when we were still at the house. We're still here in my house. Doing straight deliverance, like really what Acts was all about. Koinonia, people got delivered in this house, set free in this house, healed, activated, prayer language released. So much stuff. And so We really, really believe in living our lives in a way where God can use us. Are we perfect? No. No.
But we've learned to get up and try again.
Woo.
We have learned to get up and try again, because what we do and what we put our hands on is not just about us.
Come on.
I'm going to leave that there too.
And the community piece of it, like when I think about the seasons where I fail, like when I think about the seasons where I had major setbacks in my life and my ministry, it was seasons of isolation. And so that's why I'm so big on community, like because community is safety. Woof. Mm-hmm. Community is safety. You have to have people that you can surround yourself with that see you.
Yeah.
See past the makeup. Yes. And see you. Right? I hear what you're saying, but I see you. Just like Kay was talking about. Like, I see you, but I see you. And I'm here not to just help you get up, but to help you walk through your process. All right, we got to shift from this. Go ahead.
Yes, I will just say this one point, and when you brought Kay up, I think she gave the example of when you told her, like, hey, this is a season where you need to sit down. And there's so many times as leaders where we'll just push through, but to be able to have just candidly spiritually weighty people that will pick you up without a phone call, without seeing you looking a certain way, that will just know to call you. Yeah. That will just know that you need a break, that will just tell you you're going to sit today, is so welcoming, because they can see it on you before you can even open your mouth. And that being able to walk with a level of people that have that level of maturity on them is also life-changing.
Awesome. It's so awesome. I want to talk about, and I'm trying to see if we have anybody that's in the chat that came to the retreat. And so if you're in the chat and you actually attended our first retreat, our wellness retreat, which God told me to call it Heal for Her. Heal for her. Heal for her, and heal for the lead hers that are coming behind you. Whether that's your daughter, your neighbor, whoever's within the scope of your influence. Last year, we focused a lot on healing, even the beginning part of this year. And so our first annual retreat was this past February, and it was, I'm not going to cry. I almost do not have words for what we experienced in 4 days. I really do not have words for it. I think that we have a video? Were you able to upload it?
It did not come over on my side.
No. Okay. So you all may be able to go on my page. I posted a video about our wellness retreat. It was 5-star, but it also was a healing, it was just a healing experience all the way around, mentally, physically, spiritually. We did everything from, I might not tell y'all all my business. We did all the things, and we're going to try to get the video on here so that we can share that with you. I know that it is on my TikTok. It is also maybe on my Instagram and my stories where you're able to go view it. But we're getting ready to open up registration for it again. It's going to be the month of MLK weekend. And I will just say this, the women who were in that room, they're going to jump on it first. They are going to register first, because it was an experience second to none. It was life changing, literally. And the place that we have picked out this time, let me tell you that the experience is one thing, but now the location, you already know I'm team too much. If y'all know I'm team too much, just put team too much in the chat. Y'all already know I'm team too much. So let me just say, Jennifer, just one word to describe this location for this next retreat.
I'm going to be honest. I will say mind-blowing, right? But let me tell you how fascinated she was with I was like, we're going to have speakers. I'm talking about bags. She was like, did you see it? I was like, I'm like going down the budget. I'm trying to do it. She was like, did you see it? I need you to see it. And I'm like, well, then we need this, and then we're going to have this. And last year, she was like, did you see it? I'm like, okay, you will not listen to me unless I pull this pull this house up.
I needed you to see
right
it, girl.
now.
I needed
She
you
needed
to see
me
it.
to see it because she wanted me to understand
The magnitude of the luxury
and where we were gonna go, and it was gorgeous. Now, I didn't scroll through all of the pictures, but it was from what I could see, just breathtaking. The rooms, if I could have used one word, I'll say serene. So we had moments where we cried, we had moments where we laughed, we had moments where we just let stuff go and we shed, and it really allowed us to be in a spot where we could get to know each other and to grow tighter together. But you also, when you slept well, we ate well, we were able to sit on that deck and just be able to just kind of talk to God, and it has such an impact for you to be able to kind of do both in the same space, for you to get full, for you to let stuff go, and for you to just kind of rest, and take your mind off of what we left in Atlanta while we were in Savannah. So
I love it. I'm going to work on getting the video pulled up for you all to see, because you really have to see it to believe it. But if you're in the chat and you were there, y'all just testify for me. It was amazing, and it will sell out very quickly, and the space is limited. So I want to encourage you that when we drop that registration tomorrow, that you jump on it. You jump on it very quickly. It's not going to be something that you're going to want to miss. Okay. We have another guest, right? Let me see where are we going next. I know I see Lynn in the chat. Lynn, if you are able to come up at any point, please let us know. I'd love for you, because you were there for the retreat. I'd love for you just to be able to talk about how life-changing it was even for you. But I want to talk about some of the other things that are coming up. And I think that our next guest is kind of perfect to talk about at least 3 of the things that are coming up for Uplift. So we've kind of given you some history. We've told you about some of the current programs and things that we have going on. And now we want to kind of tell you about some of the new stuff, right? I don't see her on there yet. I see her name, but I don't see her on there. So I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
And just let us know when you're ready, Malika. Okay. So, there she is. She probably thought she had her camera on.
She was probably thought, or I was going to say, she's putting her nephew to bed.
No, he on the floor. I've been sitting here the whole time, just like, okay. Yeah, I'm ready. Y'all.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, y'all.
So you've come in, you've kind of experienced Uplift for maybe 2 or 3 years now, right?
Yep. It's been maybe, of course, he would.
That's Uplift,
come
baby.
over at this
It's because he heard my voice.
Hi.
Look.
Hi.
So yes, I think it's been about 3 years. Yes, Candace, it's been about 3 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
How would you just describe the community?
It's a real community. I've been in a lot of communities, and the communities a lot of times built around a personality. And when the personality isn't there, you can feel the morale in the group. You can feel the engagement goes down, but that doesn't happen to Uplift. It doesn't matter who is front and center. And I put that in quotation marks for a reason. It doesn't matter who's front and center. You never feel the energy drop. You don't feel the love drop. You don't feel the connection drop, no matter who is up. And it is a community of support. And I've been in a few, and I can say by far, God did the thing over here. God did the thing over here. And I know that God is moving and has all of us here together. Like, I think Minister Jennifer keeps saying, like, we're out of time. We're out of time. And we cannot do this life alone or in a silo, as leaders, as ministers, as just people. We just can't do it alone. And so I feel like that's the space for Uplift is a space for any woman who needs that space, especially the ones who probably were like me and saying, I don't even like women like that. Like, I'm good on that for no reason, because I didn't have bad experiences. I went by other people's experience. And so to come over here and to have a positive experience, I'm like, dang, what have I been missing out on all this time by saying no based off what other people have told me? So this is definitely the space to be in.
I love it. I love it. When we've seen you go through carrying our nephew to, like, I feel like he's literally Uplift's baby. I love it. And you were very much resistant, and I didn't care.
Very
if you
much.
know me, it does not faze me. Resist all you want. I'm still going, yeah.
And I'm like, ew, what is the deal? Like, why do you want to be my friend? Like, why do I need
Is
this
Twin
community?
still in the chat? Is
This
Twin in the chat? She was the same way. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Come on.
Definitely.
And I'm so glad. So one thing I love about Uplift is, like you said, you're not loyal to a person or personality. Like you and Jennifer just recently went away and did a whole cabin prayer trip. And I love that. I love the authentic relationships that are birthed out of this place. It's not that territorial, like you belong to me, right? I love that we go and support each other, that there's multiple relationships being built out of this space. And it's so authentic. It's so authentic. I love it. So I want to use you to talk about a few new things because you were kind of hands-on with one of them. So Uplift, if you do not know this, hey, y'all do me a favor if y'all in the chat, make sure that you've shared and that you have tagged another Uplift lead her for me. I know many people will watch this in the replay, but as many of us that can be live, I want to be able to see people. You helped me to launch and really get our storefront going. We have a full merchandise line. Like we have product, y'all. This is one of our Lead Her sweatshirts. Lead Her, I am her. And on the back it says Uplift Her, Lead Her, all the things. We have a black one. Y'all, we have our own. We don't just pray with good oil. When I'm talking about like the musician who plays for us, he was like, can I get like 3 of those bottles? Somebody tagged LaRonda. We prayed, we talked about this oil, and this oil has been prayed over since it was mixed. Listen, it's been prayed over. It stays in my prayer closet. It was prayed over even at the location that it was created. So we have 2 different sizes. We have oil. We have candles. Like, y'all, we have a store. We have merchandise.
Let me tell y'all how we got the store. So every year I go away for a retreat. So I went away for a retreat. And as soon as I came back, Candace sent me, you ever seen that Homer Simpson meme where he like fades back into the bushes? So as soon as I touched down in Atlanta, she sent me that meme and I said, what did you spend money on?
I feel like you asked me that a lot.
I said, what did you do? I was like, not a lot. And then next thing you know, we get to the summit and Malika had to ask me something. I'm like, is that a store? What is that? Where
A 2 a.m. store been put together, you know, like, oh, we need a store. She was like, Jennifer, go get me. Let me hurry up and get this store. Here.
But then she needed me for something. I'm like, is that a scroll? What is in here? What do we do? It was so funny, but you know, you just kind of, you have to love it. Hey, Miss Paula.
We have a store, y'all. So we got all the merch. Y'all can go to my link tree and find the merch, buy the merch. We have books on there. We have my devotions on there, my new devotion that's coming out. Candles. We have oil. We have sweatshirts. We have t-shirts.
Do you have journals left, or do we sell out of journals?
We have a few journals left. Those should still be on there. But we also want to hear from you all. The Lead Hers. What do you want? We want to create some more Lead Her leadership things like planners and covers for your iPads and things like that. But send me a message and say, hey, this would be really great. Y'all already know I got a coffee cup and a coffee line coming down the pipeline. Please and thank you. Because we team too much over here, right? And so support, though. I need y'all to support. I need y'all to go buy the stuff, right? Go buy the stuff. So I ain't got to be walking around wearing it all myself. No, just kidding. And so I know that you all like it, but I'd love to hear from you. Like the pink sweater is already sold out. And so we've got an order of those coming in pretty soon. But go check out the storefront. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you would like to see. And that's a fulfillment of a prophecy. And so if you all go back on my IG page, I was with Apostle DeMonte, and I don't know if I should have tagged him before I said this. But for the first time, I was at one of his services, and he looked at me when I was ready to give up mentorship. I was done, y'all. Because anybody know women be women in. I said, God, I'm done. And I sat in a car for an hour and a half with one of my mentees that was going through something. I was an hour and a half late for his service because I was sitting in the car talking to her, Malika. And I went in. As soon as I went in, not shortly after, he said, come here. And he said some things before, but then he says, there's an anointing on you for mentorship. And I was like, dang.
You have that recorded though, don't you? Because I think
I have it recorded. And then he said that product line that you have been wanting and carrying, he basically said that was going to manifest. And less than a year later, we have a store, y'all. And so I need y'all to go buy the stuff. We're working on some stuff to add to that. But it's very, very exciting what God is doing at Uplift, in Uplift. And I want you to plug in. I'm going to keep saying that. All right, Jennifer, where are we going from here?
I was trying to find the link to the store, but it won't. There we go.
If you all have questions about Uplift too, please drop those in the chat and we'll answer those.
All right. The other thing I can reiterate is prayer. Everything we do stems from prayer, and those of us who have communities as well where we pray. And I think, you know what, that is the beauty of Uplift, because those of us who also have communities where we pray and fast and we do ministry, it doesn't feel like a slight on our own ministries to come over here and be a part. We can all share, and it's not a worry of, oh, if I send them over there, or, you know, is she gonna take my people? It's not that. We come and we man, listen here. You can have them. I love them, but if the Lord wants you to have them, right? But I think it's just a testament to like that prayer in the morning. It's been going to be a year. In October? It'll be a year, right?
We've been praying for 5 years on Mondays, but since October we have been praying every day. And there's over 30 intercessors that I can count that have been a part of that prayer call that get on and pray.
Yeah, that happens every day. And so I encourage anybody to get up, because, you know, we all have moments where sometimes we're too weak in the moment to pray for ourselves. So why not hop on a call where you have people who do this for real, who can pray and intercede and touch heaven on your behalf and pour back into you, like every morning, 5:30 a.m. And I'll tell you what I've been telling people, you have to sacrifice that sleep. And sleep is my love language. I love prayer too. Prayer is my love language, but I love sleep. And getting up, knowing that, hey, my day's starting at 5:15, because we have to be up, we have to be ready. It sets the tone for the entire day. And so I've noticed a difference for me. When I'm on the prayer call, it doesn't matter what happened on the day. I'm very calm. I'm very collected. I'm like, hey, God got it. We prayed about that this morning, so I knew it would show up at some point today. At some point this week. So jump on the prayer call in the morning, 5:30 every single day, and on TikTok. Have you talked about TikTok?
Come on.
Well, I was just ready to say, do you want to talk about TikTok or do we want to talk about the poor?
Teach me how to TikTok. Let's talk about TikTok. So we are 5 years old, and you know, many of you who have ministries, if you're a woman in ministry, you know that we support the ministry. If God gave you that assignment, that you will take out of your own pot. And that's what I've done for 5 years. And I remember praying to God saying, hey, God, first of all, you said 100 women in prayer. Where are these 100 women at? Where are these 100 leaders? And where is the support for the ministry? People have eaten good, you know, in Uplift for 5 years. I don't hold back. I bring in the best teachers, the best preachers. We have the best retreats. We do all of the things. But most of it was coming out of my own finances. And Jennifer does our budget. So she will say, yes, it comes out of my own. And so this year, God was like, I'm going to give you strategy. And one of those strategies was to move us over to TikTok. And I monetized on there very, very quickly. And so we started doing prayer on there. We have subscriptions on there. And so you can go over to TikTok, and for a very low monthly fee, you can help undergird and support the ministry. You can subscribe for less than you subscribe at Netflix. Come on, less than 2 cups of coffee, and you can actually relieve some of the financial responsibility that we have. We're not a ministry that just shows up once a month or once a year with a conference. We do stuff every week. We do stuff every week. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. We pull people out of foreclosure. We've paid for cars to get fixed. We feed people. We do so much that we don't advertise on here, but we need the support, right? And so that is one way that you can help us is you can go over to TikTok. You can follow us on there. It's under Candace Grace. I don't know if Pastor Vance is still on here, but he actually gave me that name. It's under Candace Grace Uplift Leader. And somebody can drop the link for our TikTok. You can go over there and subscribe, go over there and support. When we go live over there, go over there and give us some taps and some shares and help us to do well on that platform, because that potentially could undergird everything that we do. And so we need you to help us to show up there and to really help us in that space. Did I miss anything, Jennifer?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Yeah. And if you don't want to go, if you're not a TikToker, you can go to my Linktree and just support through, we have Cash App, we have PayPal, we have Stripe. And you can commit to just monthly, sowing a small seed or large seed. I'm not going to count your coins, to help us to do what it is that God has called us to do. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Okay. So we've talked about TikTok. We've talked about the retreat. I actually dropped the video. I don't know if it'll play, but I think we should try it. Do y'all want to see the retreat recap video? We're talking, for those of you who are just joining, we are celebrating 5 years of Uplift leadership. We're talking about how we got here and all of the amazing things that God is doing within this ministry and where we're going, right? And so what we're going to show now, if it will play, is our first Wellness Heal for Her retreat. We're going to show our very first one, and our registration for the second one will open on tomorrow. So let's see if that video will play.
Okay, let's see.
Thank you.
Good morning. I just wanted to jump on really quickly just to talk about the retreat, the wellness retreat, hosted by the prophetess Candace. All I can say is, oh my God. Let me start with the spirit of excellence. That alone was enough to make me want to join this event every year. But then the power of the women that she brought in, then just coupled with the women that was there and the anointing that flowed in the room and the accommodations and the food. I can go on and on about what took place on that weekend, but I'm going to stop with this. That was an experience that every woman should have, to be in the company of a powerful, anointed, and women that are just chasing Jesus Christ and just thirsty for developing a relationship with not only God, but with community, women who are in community, who are seeking God's best for them. If you have not attended, let me encourage you to let this be the last year that you don't. Just please, don't take my word for it. Follow her on her social media outlets, Uplift Community, and make sure you are part next year of the Women's Wellness Retreat hosted by the prophetess. God bless you all.
My name is Lynn King. I am from Flint, Michigan, and I have had this wonderful opportunity to participate in the Wellness Retreat with Candace Jones. And I tell you, I didn't know what to expect, but it definitely exceeded any and all of my expectations, from spiritual growth in real time to laughter to tears into just sisterhood and fellowship. And so I am definitely grateful for being a part of this retreat, and I recommend it to anyone that's looking for a new experience, not only in Christ, but in your leadership and mentoring abilities.
Hello everyone. I'm Jerica. I am here at the Heal for Her Wellness Retreat here in Savannah, Georgia with Prophetess Candace Jones, and I just want to tell you all that I had such a great time. One of my greatest moments here was just being around a community of women, getting to know more women. Another thing that I really enjoyed was the grief session. I didn't realize that I was struggling and had grief in my heart, some things that were blocking me from hearing God, reaching a new level in God. And so just being here at the retreat, I got free. And as y'all can probably see, I'm kind of all over the place, but I had got free this weekend. I also love the fact that I was able to just laugh. Right, just being in a workspace, having to work all the time, make stuff happen, but to just be here with a whole bunch of women to just laugh and let loose, and I got healed even from that. And so if you all want to come to a place where you could just be healed, whole, relax, meet more women, I do advise you, when Prophetess Candace puts something on, you be the first one to register, because I promise you it will bless your soul. And so thank you so much, Prophetess Candace, for what you have done for us women. And now we can elevate and go to a new level because of this weekend. So thank you so much.
First, I would like to thank you for giving me an opportunity to express how much I have appreciated and loved this weekend. I came in with one expectation, but as I am here and the women are so open, so loving, I felt sisterhood, I felt a belonging, I felt the community, I felt the love. One sentence that I learned this weekend was, knowledge is deliverance. Oh wow, that's awesome. So knowledge is deliverance. I would just like to thank Candace for giving me an opportunity to join the group and know that I am a part and know that I have something to give.
I feel like I've been crying all day. Jennifer, I cried so much in prayer this morning. My God.
Tis
And I've
the
seen the
season.
video like over and over, but to have to sit and actually listen to it and not be trying to, whew, Jesus.
Mhm.
It was so powerful. It was so powerful. I'm not going to share too many details about the retreat. We did everything from makeup classes, everything that I envisioned for that weekend. It was just so much more. And Jennifer, I really thank you, because I know often you have to reel me in, but I thank you that you didn't listen to the vision and just, we can't do that. We can't do that. You actually added so much value to it. And y'all, I'm just going to say that if it can get better, it will, because that's just who we are. So even what we learned from that experience and desire to take into this next one to make it an even better experience. I don't know if it can get better, but I'll just say the venue, the location is better.
The location is not better. It's just different.
we gonna differ there. It's better, y'all. It's better.
It's different. As you can see in the video, we're in a new city. And I will say this for anybody that says, like, why do we have to go somewhere? It is so important for you to put some distance between where you sit at what you do every single day and just put your mind in a fresh space. And that is why we try and be close enough to the city where even if you have to get off of work, on a Friday and then make your way to us, then we'll welcome you when you get there at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, just for you to be able to have that reset, right? So we're intentional about praying that that what we left will be better when we get back to it. And we made that prayer several times throughout our time there, but it's just so critical for you to take the time, for you to make your way and kind of just get outside the city and just breathe, just relax. And then again, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of soul work. It's a lot of spirit work, but you're so much better for it on the other side.
Yeah. And I think we did such an amazing job of making sure that no day was too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That no day was too heavy, and that we layered in so many different things to make sure that we were really dealing with our women, all parts of you, right? Your soul, your spirit, physically. We had nutrition, we did exercise, we did aromatherapy. I brought in a massage therapist. Every woman got a massage at this retreat. We did morning devotions. There was just so much. I had a grief therapist come in, a grief specialist come in to talk about grief, because grief is not just, experiencing a death. It could be a loss of a job, an expectation that died. And so we just did so much soul work. We did so much work. And we had a chef. Well, Uplift just has a personal chef, period, that we love. I don't know if she's on here or not. But Miss Cynthia, we love and adore you. And we ate good every day, every meal. And so I just want to encourage you. It's very limited spacing. It's less than 20 for this time. And so when it drops, I think we're going to drop it tomorrow. Do not wait. I'm telling you, do not wait, because I don't know that I'll be able to do 2 this year, 2 next year. We're going to do January. And then if we do another one, it'll probably just be for the Lead Her Circle. And so I want to encourage you, don't play with it. Don't play with it. Get in.
Lynn just put in the chat. She said she went to Savannah from Flint, Michigan, and she has no regrets. So a lot of us locally, we jumped in the car, but we did eat well. But it's worth it for you to even make a plane ride if you need to, in order for you to get there. And should we tell the number of how many spots we have, or no?
We can, because let me tell you. So the last one we had, it was full, and we had 18 total?
Was it 18? I can't remember.
Whatever that was, I want you to know that those women who were at the first one, they're not going to play with y'all, because they already have tasted. And so there's going to be a very limited amount of time. I believe that those tickets are going, that registration is going to be open. So I think there's how many spaces?
There are 13 spaces left.
That's it?
That's it.
Counting like who we need to. Oh, wow. It's 13.
Oh, so technically 12. So we have 12 spaces left.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's 12 spaces, y'all. And it is going, listen, if y'all know me, I'm Team Too Much already. This is right up there with Team Too Much. So get ready. We may have to consider doing another one with that limited space, but I will not move the venue. I will not move the location. And so 12 is what it is. So make sure you get in right away. And like Lynn is saying in the chat, it's worth it. It's worth it. We're going to drop the link hopefully by end of day tomorrow.
We want to be able to show you all the house. So we need to figure out how we could get some of those pictures downloaded so you all can see the house.
This is what I will say too, is I'm really big about using the women that are in our community. And so if you let us know what you do, like join our mailing list. I'm going to drop the link now, and plug in. Let us know what you do. Are you a nutritionist? Can you do a fitness class? I can't. Do you desire? Somebody came and taught us how to make our own oil. We did aromatherapy. Are you a massage therapist? And so I really want to use the women who are within our community. So join our mailing list. Let us know what it is that you do so that we can use your gifts and graces in this space. Okay. So Jennifer, I know we are really running a little bit over here, so I want to get ready to wrap up. And let me just go through. We talked about merchandise. We talked about all of our circles. The Lead Her circle, there's 6 spots left in that space. And we will drop that marketing and that link after we get off of this live. So don't wait on that. If you're a high capacity leader, you have a title, but you don't have a community. You have a position, but ain't nobody stretching you. You have no place to go to get collaboration. This is the table for you. Take your seat. That's what God told me. Take your seat. That's what he told me to put on the take your seat.
Yes.
Get your chair and take your seat. And I guarantee, stay in there for 12 months. I guarantee your leadership, whatever you're leading, will look different. You will look different. It's a table of transformation. Is this recorded? Because I feel like stuff dropping. This is a table of transformation. We might need to add that. So community, collaboration, transformation, and accountability. So get in the space. The last thing I want to talk about, unless there's something else, Jennifer, is we have to end on the pour.
Yes.
We have to end on the pour. So if you were at the summit last year, which we should have a save the date out for our annual summit pretty soon. It's May 30th. I'm okay with saying the date. So our summit this year is May 30th. But during that time of planning the summit, God told me that I've always known that I was a leader's leader and that my job was to pour into leaders. But God literally turned the summit into a pour. And I said, God, we can't wait 1 year before we have another pour. We need to, every once in a while come back to the well, right? And so we took the home Bible study and we turned it into a Lead Her pour, and we meet bi-monthly in person. Listen, this is not something to play with. We have people literally flying in. We have people flying in from Philadelphia to come to the pour. I know Flint was trying to get here. And so the pour is this Friday. Jennifer, maybe we can go ahead and get the November date out as well so that they can plan for November. But this Friday we'll be at our Atlanta location where we gather at 7 p.m. Am I right?
7:30.
At 7:30 p.m., 6:30 if you want to have community dinner, which is a $15 charge. Listen, don't come with your lashes and not some good glue. Don't come with your wig loose. Come ready. What I have been feeling in my spirit as I sit and prepare for the pour is literally heaven is going to pour out on us. Our last pour, it was very heavy activation. This pour, I feel a very heavy, like pouring, like the Spirit of God. If you've been seeking God for your prayer language, if you need a touch, I was talking to Jennifer earlier, and it's so interesting that most of the women that I talk to right now, we feel so fatigued. Like there's such a fatigue and a tiredness. Malika's in the back, like shaking her head. Like, are y'all feeling that? Let me tell you why you're feeling it. Because September is a month of birthing. This is a month where we're supposed to be producing. And so what would the enemy do? He would try to slow us down with fatigue, with tiredness, I wake up and before I can even get up good, I'm like, why am I tired? That is the enemy. Because this is a month of productivity, of birthing. And so we bind that up. We're in the presence of God. And the Bible says that in the presence of God, there is what? Refreshing. And so I believe that God's going to pour out on us, and we're going to get the refreshing that we need to produce and to birth out in these last few weeks of September. And so get in the building. Can we put that graphic back up, Jennifer?
We can.
Excuse me. And if you guys notice, I changed this graphic and I put Atlanta. So the last thing that we'll announce as far as what's going on with Uplift is we are now having hubs. The Holy Spirit is literally saying, hey, this is a hub. And so our very first hub, let me look in this chat. Our very first hub will be in Flint, Michigan, my home city. My home city will be the second Lead Her location where we are going to come there and we're going to pour. And so we're there in October for my pastor host Harvest Fest. And so we're going to be there. And on that Saturday night, we're going to gather with the ladies who are in Flint that are interested in being a part of that location, that hub. And we're very, very excited about it. God has told us that we're going to Africa, and we know that our next hub will be in Orlando. And so we're excited about all that God is doing. And again, I'll say that if you are not plugged in, plug in. There's 700 and something women in the Facebook hub, but there's thousands that watch us from afar. I know, I see you. So plug in. We have so many ways that you can plug in: mentorship, leadership. One of the new things that Jennifer is developing is discipleship. And so there'll be an area where if you're a new Christian or you just need to strengthen your faith, we'll have discipleship. So we'll have mentorship, leadership, discipleship, and all that is relationship. So y'all want to know what Uplift is about? It's about all those things, all of the things. And so plug in, find out where you can serve. Even for the leader pour, there's opportunity to serve. There's opportunity to come and to plug into some of these communities. There's opportunity to come and to serve for our annual summit. We're doing a lot, and we want to invite you to be a part of what God is doing in this ministry. Jennifer, any other announcements, any other things that we want to reveal in this moment?
Do you want to talk a little bit about and I'm just realizing, when we made the name pour for the ones that we felt like we needed to do more frequently, that we have our larger summit, which we were going to rename the pour. So I don't know if we want to still name it the pour, considering we have our pours. Or maybe we just do mini pour, we'll do pour Atlanta. So we'll have to work on our naming. But I think that if we're going to talk about, the past, present, and the future of what Uplift is, we have to talk about the summit and what that means. And we did the second one. My goodness, this year. We did it this year. And we'll start doing some planning for that at the top of the year for what 2026 is going to look like. And, Prophetess Candace was just getting downloads even about what 2026 looked like when we were in the midst of planning 2025. So like she said, there's more than one way to be a part. There's more than one way to be activated. There's more than one way to see yourself grow. And that is it really started out as, I want to say, the heartbeat almost of what Uplift was. And then we kind of just have all these other little heartbeats. So now they all feel like they're beating kind of just as big. But that is, if I could dare say, our marquee event of the year, where we want everyone to just converge on the city. So please plan to be in Atlanta, Georgia, in May of 2026. And we'll have that save the date out soon, and we'll start pushing that registration. We can talk about our VIL experience and what's that like. We just curate and craft a room that's specifically for that next level of excellence. A lot of our lead hers kind of get in that space. We customize a box and put so many goodies in there. And it's just an opportunity to, again, just show up in a space and for you to be refreshed and for you to be refilled. And I think that you all have kind of been able to see consistently throughout the time that we've been on this call that's our mandate, for us to just be able to create a safe space for women to become stronger so that we can go out and do the other things that God is calling us to do in this season. And we are positioned ourselves to do that. And I can't remember what call we were on. And Candace, when you were praying us out, you said our answer is still yes. And we mean that. Our answer is still yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, he has our full yes, and look what he can do with a yes. The boot camp was one of those things that it's like, look what God can do with a yes. And so I'm grateful. Y'all make plans to be here, Atlanta, Georgia, May 30th. It's our annual kind of gathering of all of the hubs. All of the people will all come together for that, and we are committed to making that experience better every year. If you know this year, listen, y'all. Somebody make me a T-shirt that say "Team Too Much." We had our own coffee bar.
I'll make it.
Come on. We had our own coffee bar with lead her lattes, signature drinks. The VIL, which stands for very important leader, was just 5-star. And this year we're putting up one chef in that room. And so if you were there this past time, we shared a space for the food, but we're going to put a personal chef in that room this year. So we listen and we learn and we make it better. The production will be bigger and better. And so we had a whole choir there this year from Michigan. It was just amazing. And so if you have not seen that, I don't know if we'll make it where you can somehow download the replay of that, but it was just an amazing event. And so not the full experience. There is a recap. There is the recap video is on there. But we want to invite you to come. I also want to talk about one other thing that we don't publicize, we don't talk about a lot, is Uplift gives back. Uplift gives back in a major way. And I don't even know if we can say give back, because we don't really have a way where people have been supporting the ministry up until now. And so now you can support the ministry. But we pour back into women. We have gotten cars out of repo. We have gotten houses out of foreclosure. We put groceries into homes all the time. This past December, we gave hundreds of dollars of toys to a charity. And so we are creating our 501. And if that's something that you know how to do, you want to be a part of, please let us know, because there's a grace on September. And so our goal is to have that completely structured and have that application in before the end of September, because why? Uplift gives back, and we want to be able to give scholarships and more relief within our community. And so be praying about that with us. And if that's something that you're like, hey, I've done a 501, I know the language and I know what's needed, please let us know, because we're starting that process. Yeah. Anything else, Jen?
I think we covered it all.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Y'all, it's our 5-year birthday. And I'm so grateful for everything that God has allowed us to do. And I know that this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of something amazing. I want to honor our team. I had a little picture. I don't know if we pulled it over, but we had a meeting, and, God has just always surrounded me with amazing people. You do not do great things for the kingdom without a team. Mm-hmm. You can't do it. Sometimes I get to be the face, but it's the team. I always say Jennifer is the brain. And so we have a phenomenal team. And so I know I'm gonna get in trouble, but Jen, just help me here for a little bit. I want to acknowledge Paula, who leads our prayer calls. Oh my goodness. She is just an intercessor. Yes. Such a powerhouse. So I thank God for her and Loria, who are our kind of lead intercessors, and for everybody who's praying for us. They just happen to lead in that area. I want to thank God for Tam, who is our worship leader. She'll be worshiping with us on this Friday. And so you want to get in the space to be able to experience that gift. I want to thank Nikki, who helps us on the admin end. Lakeisha, thank you so much for using your gifts and graces over here. And all these are leaders too that have their own thing, their own mentorship and all of the things. I want to thank Melissa and Kay, who step in and help wherever they're needed. Everybody who steps in and helps with armor bearer duties. Thank you.
I was just getting ready to say we have to thank Amy.
Amy, thank you.
Steps in. Yeah, we pour heavy. Now, Candace pours heavier than I do, but we pour heavy. But God is so faithful. He gives us everything that we need. And we check in right before we kind of drift off to sleep, just kind of do a debrief, even though we know neither of us will remember what we've talked about. But we truly are blessed to have good people that keep us safe, that feed us well, and that serve the vision that God has given.
Cynthia, thank you. Thank you for every meal. Thank you for every meal. We appreciate you. We could not do what we do without you.
No.
And y'all forgive me if I'm missing any names. Y'all know I acknowledge and love on you all as often.
Samaria and Faith. So they are they're affectionately probably our youngest,
our babies.
Hers, yeah. But they kind of do all the tech stuff, all our social media stuff. Just helping us like get organized, putting things together when we have to travel. So they have been a godsend to us in this season. So we love and thank them also.
Yeah. Is there anybody else that we're forgetting that's just kind of on our core team? Every volunteer, though, we thank you. We appreciate you. Please plug into the summit this year. The summit is getting bigger every year, which means we need more volunteers. We need more hands. And so we definitely want to invite you to be a part of that. I want to thank Danielle. I don't know that she's on here. She does all of our graphics, all of our little cute y'all know I'm team too much, so she catches it and she produces for us, and so I'm so grateful for her and another pastor friend that I have that's in Africa that does a lot of our graphics as well, and so I'm grateful for that. Are we missing anybody?
I do want to do a shout out for Lynn. We weren't able to have her on camera with us today, but she will be our resident leader for our Flint hub. And we just love her and how she supports us from afar. Just a powerful woman being used for the Lord. And we're glad to have her, with us even from afar. She has been our chat co-host the entire night. And anything that we have, she tries to make sure that she is present for us. And we low-key have a Philly hub as well.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Is it Danielle or Daniela? I think it's Dr. Danielle. And she joined the very first day that we had boot camp. And she said, I need more people. And she recruited basically half of the people, in Philly that we had in Georgia. And they did 24 hours of prayer together, and they're loading up and they're coming to be with us on Friday. So we just want to give a big shout out to her as well, for people that are just knitting us across the country and knitting us across the world. As we just
I think we have a Philly hub. I really do. Yeah. I believe that. And she took a seat. Can we show that graphic one more time? She took a seat. We have 12 seats in our Lead Her Circle. It's for high capacity leaders. And Dr. Danielle said, one of those seats belongs to me. And she took a seat. And we're so grateful to have her in that space. And so this is the first day that we're opening registration for that publicly. This is the first time I'm announcing this new community within the Leader Circle. This is the first night that we're announcing it. And so that is open, and there's only 6 seats left. And so if you're a high capacity leader that needs community, collaboration, and accountability, this is the table for you. So take your seat, and do it quickly.
And don't worry, I know that we gave you a lot of information, but even when we drop off, we're going to have all of the flyers at the end. So you'll have the QR code in order for you to join Lead Her, or the couple spots that we have in the inner circles. We'll put up the link again for you to do lips in the morning with us at 5:30. What that line is. We'll go ahead and put the graphic up for the pour, which is this Friday. Please make sure that you get in the room and get an intercessor in your life in the room. And our monthly uplift session, I believe that's, if it's not next Monday, it's the Monday after. We'll have Pastor Marquisa with us. So we have that flyer as well for you all to get registered for that. So like we said at the top, we have a lot going on. So just hang out with us at the end, and we'll make sure that all the QR codes and the information get up on the screen for you to get plugged in with us.
Good. I think I just want to close with gratitude. I am beyond grateful being a trailblazer is always hard. I was talking to Apostle Kimberly this morning. It is never easy being the one that says, you know what, I can do this. We can do this. Yeah, that's possible. And not necessarily having a blueprint. I talk about it a lot with the communities that I have. I didn't go and cookie cut anybody's anything. These are things that were birthed out of me sitting with the Holy Spirit and me sitting with leaders and understanding what they need in order to walk fully in the purpose that God has for their lives. And so these things were birthed in prayer. Okay. They were not, let me chat GPT how to do this. These things were birthed in prayer under the instruction of the Holy Spirit. And I think that's why we get the results that we do in those spaces. And so I want to invite you, like Lynn just put in the comments, plug in the prayer, plug into one of these communities. I guarantee your life will never be the same. Plug into our free monthly Uplift sessions that are private, but open and free. Yeah. Right. Those are virtual. Plug in to the pours that are in person. There's so much in this community. And if you're like, oh, this is a lot, I don't know where I fit, schedule a call. You can go to my link tree. There's a link for a virtual coffee and chat. And many of you know I'll actually meet you in person if you're in the Atlanta area. Let's talk about it. Let's find out what your needs are. And I'll direct you to what area of this community you should plug into. But plug in. Plug in. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to live in isolation. You don't have to live in stagnation. Come on. You don't have to live with dormant gifts that aren't being used and activated. You do not have to do that. That is not your portion. And so I want to invite you to plug in, to come on in. And I just want to say thank you. And I'll take this opportunity. I've already said thank you to most of the team. I text this to you on your birthday. I am not sure what I did to deserve a Jennifer. I don't know. It's like God said, you know what, daughter, I'm gonna give you something. Bam. And we've known each other for a little over 8 years now, I believe. And the dynamics of our relationship continues to shift. At one point, it was here, and now it's just like this, like we just locked. And so I am so very grateful that God would give me such a tremendous gift. I only pray that I can be some portion to you of what you are to me.
I love you in real life.
Real life. I'm so excited to do this journey with you, to continue to do life with you. Mm-hmm. So I love you. Listen, thank you for those who hung in here with us. We didn't intend to be on here quite this long. We're about 30 minutes over. But thank you guys. We love you. We look forward to seeing you this Friday. You guys stay and watch the graphics so that you can take screenshots, get all the information. But this Friday, listen, I'm shutting in for the next 2 days and I'm not playing with the devil. Listen. I'm not playing with the devil. Y'all bring all the sheets and all the catchers. We're going all the way in. And so I'm excited. Please meet us this Friday. There is very limited space in this venue, and we almost packed it out the last time. And so there's not a lot of space. And so get there, get in the space, get up close to the altar, and just come with expectation. If you can fast on Friday up into community dinner, fast on Friday. And get ready for what God has for us. Mm-hmm. Good. Anything else, Jen?
That's it. God is faithful.
He is faithful. Yay. Yeah. Thank you for coming to our birthday party. Yes. We're 5. We are 5 years old. Thank you all so much. And we will see you on Friday for those of you who are in the area or just crazy enough like our Philly ladies to take a flight. All right. We love you.